Hey everyone, it's your girl KIBO. Welcome back to my channel. I have a special guest with me today. I'm gonna let her introduce herself.
Hi everybody, it's your girl Kimberly P, also known as KP Sparks.
And this is my lovely cousin.
Yeah, I'm related to her.
Unfortunately.
Girl, fortunately.
Today we're gonna be talking about a really touchy subject.
Yes.
/ taboo subject. And it is about our tattoos.
Mine is on my arm. I'll show you guys later.
Yeah, I got a couple. But yeah, like we just wanted to share our experiences about tattoos, because I've had tattoos for like 2-3 years now, and I've had some pretty interesting encounters with people. What about you?
I just got my tattoo in January, and it's been a journey. That's all I'll say right now. But it's been a journey.
Yeah. One thing that I wanted to really bring up was tattoos. Tattoos really make people sometimes look at you in a different way, and it kind of bothers me because, you know, we're like Christian, we're saved, and people really sometimes like really look at you like, I don't know, like you're not Christian and you're not saved, and it bothers me because I feel like that shouldn't matter. So we're gonna just
let me take off my jacket because my tattoo is on is this my forearm? Yeah, my tattoo is on my forearm. I'll stand up. So this might be backwards. Oh, it's not backwards actually, but it basically represents God is greater than your ups and downs or highs and lows, and these are mountains. So in Matthew it says that if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can move mountains. So the mountains basically represents the highs and lows of life, and how God is simply greater than the highs and lows in life. I'll just keep my jacket off, but yeah, that's basically the reasoning behind my tattoo. Yeah.
All right. And for me, I have 4 to the family, you know. So this one is a dove. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this is a dove.
Yeah, it shows.
This is a colon cancer ribbon, and it says Dad at the top, and then it has the his birthday, my dad's birthday, and his death date on there. And that was my first tattoo. Yeah, just really signifying his life. And then my second tattoo was these roses here. Some people think it's nice art, you know, it's cute, but
yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, so there are 3 roses, and basically black. They're supposed to be black. I didn't want them shaded too dark, but black roses represent like trauma, or basically you going through a lot, because black roses are not found in nature. So when you see them, it's like a strange, you know, like, okay, wait, what does that mean? Or like, and sometimes in movies you see people giving black roses to people in funerals to signify loss or death, loss of life. But it also signifies a rebirth. So that's why I got these handy dandy tats right here. And I recently got this and my semicolon, and this, I feel like I have to like
but if you look at it, shows up here. Yeah.
This means Jesus came, died, he rose, he ascended, and he's coming back. And I got this tattoo to signify my baptism and me being saved. So yeah, I went with that. And lastly, this semicolon also represents trauma. But the main thing is suicide awareness or suicide prevention. When you see somebody with this tattoo, most of the time they had a period where they were contemplating suicide. And the period represents the end of life, but the semicolon means, but, you know, I continued on my story. So those are the meanings of my tattoos. And sometimes I can get defensive when people don't know that and just, you know, try to have their own opinions about it. What is some of your experiences, if you had any, you know, with your tattoo, or like explaining to people, or anything make you uncomfortable?
Well, my case is kind of different because like I recently got this tattoo in January, but I've been wanting to get this tattoo like since my junior year of junior year of college. But I was contemplating like, I don't know, like whether I should get it because I don't know if people are gonna think of me, and you know, I'm saved, but I do want this tattoo. And like the only verse that kept coming up is something we're going to touch on later on, is the verse in Leviticus where it says that we shouldn't cut our bodies or put markings on our bodies. And I didn't really like get that God was saying, no, don't get it. So that's kind of like how I felt towards my tattoo. Or well, prior to getting my tattoo, that's how I felt towards it. And then when I got it, I was like, okay, I got it, and I was in a season where I really didn't want to. There's a verse in Galatians where it says that it basically asks us, are we living for the approval of man? Like, if so, then we wouldn't be followers of Jesus Christ. So that's kind of like what was on my heart during that season, and I was just like, I have a peace about it. I've been praying about it. I've been really asking God, like, reveal my heart to me and let me know if my heart is in the wrong place to get this tattoo. And I had a peace about it, so I got it. And after I got it, I was kind of like, this is so weird for me. Like, I have a tattoo. Like, this is real. Like, this is on my arm. And I don't know. It was kind of like I was trying to hide it at first. Well, I didn't hide. I went home and I was like, I'll send you the video. I'll insert video here, the reaction of my mom. I was just like, yeah, this is what it is and what it ain't. So this is what's on my arm.
Bunny. Period.
What's in?
I think we've gotten so
What's you gonna do? You tattoo you on?
in the last 40 years
Eh?
to no usable purpose. And again, this is something that's
What's your
presented
good
by
proof?
you would
But like, it took me a while to embrace it because I was still like, even though it asks us in the Word of God, like, are we living for the approval of man? If you really think about it, like, living in the world, it's kind of hard not to think about what people think about you, because like, even as Christians still question you, like, okay, so why did you get it, Kim? Even like in my videos, like, I have a YouTube channel, they'll see like my videos and people comment below. I'm like, so why did you get that tattoo, Kim? 21 questions. And I started to question myself, like, dang, like, am I okay? So it took me a while, but now I'm just like, what? I love this. Like, when people see this, they're like, oh my gosh, like, what a word. Like, they get a word in season type stuff. Same thing with her tattoo. Like, you know, she can preach the gospel with her tattoo. So I definitely feel like tattoos are a form of art, a form of self-expression. Just like how, I mean, it's more permanent, of course, but just like how you can change your hair, you can change your makeup. It's a form of self-expression. That's pretty much how I felt towards my tattoo when I got it. So yeah, I didn't really get like the whole like, I didn't really get like condemned. Like, the funny thing that happened, like, from what I mentioned before, is like my grandmother was like, why'd you get tattoo? You know, boys, they're not gonna talk to you because you have a tattoo on your arm. Like, take that thing off, or like, whatever. At the end of the day, so yeah,
I can kind of relate to, you know, her mom and grandma's reaction. Like, the thing was, for me, I hid my tattoo for almost like going on 2 years. And when I finally told my mom, she really did not have a reaction for me. So I was really upset because I'm like, if I'm going to hide this for 2 years, you're going to have a reaction.
Yeah.
But she just didn't. She felt like someone like maybe put me up to it. And after that, it really was no discussion after that. For me, I feel like I've kind of been condemned for my tattoos. Well, yes, I'm just going to say by Christian people. And one recent encounter that really sticks out to me was the day that I got baptized. Me and my mom took me to a church meeting in someone's house. And the pastor, like, I had a dress on and it was like, it stopped, like, you know, it didn't have any sleeves. So he was able to see my tattoos. And I didn't know that he said, and it was my first time meeting him, and he's known my mom already. But after that day, my mom told me like a month later that he felt like, you know, now that I'm saved and stuff, that I need to be careful because I'm going to attract the wrong crowd. And I'm not going to marry anybody that's like suitable. I'm going to attract people with tattoos.
I didn't know him and all that.
He doesn't even know my life or know my situation and know that I already have a boyfriend, or like the tattoos is not it. My tattoos didn't attract like a guy to me. As a matter of fact, it attracts like conversation most of the time. I try to make it, you know, a positive conversation. So when he said that, it really just threw out to me that like, this is a pastor, like, you know, telling my mom, like, he's actually a Nigerian pastor, you know, so that may have a lot to do with it, but he's trying to influence my mom, like, well, if you're not mad about the tattoo, you should be, because this, you know, this is wrong or whatever. But without him knowing me, you know, it was just like a prejudice right there. Like, I came here today, I got baptized and stuff like that, and he's like, oh, she got tattoos, and my mom wasn't worried about it. So, you know, I had to step back and be like, I'm not gonna like pay attention to him, but I'm not gonna support, I'm not going there anymore, because I already know the environment that I'm walking into. So that's just pretty much like one of the experiences that I've had. From my previous church, I've gotten like, oh, like, is it because your dad passed away that you started tattooing yourself? You know, if he was alive, you would never do stuff like that. And that may or may not be true, but this is who I am today and this is what I've done. So if I have that tattoo now, like, you know, you're going to remove it, that's not going to bring my dad back or anything like that. But it's just that I felt like, why does it even matter? Like, we're in church, like, why do you know, why is the tattoo bothering you so much?
That I feel like a lot of people have like the mindset that if somebody has a tattoo, then that means they're like bad, because that's kind of like how our society has molded, you know, the image of a bad person. Like, let's be honest, like if you think of somebody, if I thought about someone, because I went to College Park, and we always used to get alerts on our phone from someone getting attacked or robbed, whatever. It would always be the same description of a tall black male, you know, and then of course, like on the news, they portray people like as dangerous if they're tatted and they're tall and not necessarily black, but you know, tattoos to give the notion that you're bad or something is wrong with you. But that's literally a cultural, like, it's something that our culture has created, not something that is biblical. Like, it's not, I'm not going to say that if somebody says, I feel like I should get a tattoo, that God has told you to say that, because like, tattoos aren't necessary. It's just an accessory. Like, tattoos are not necessary. But for you to say that somebody is a bad person, or that somebody is not following Christ fully because they have a tattoo, you're completely wrong. Like, you are completely wrong. It's all about where the heart is at. It also says in the word that, you know, when, you know, they were looking for someone to be a king, they were looking for, in terms of David, they were examining his heart. Like, God looks at the person's heart rather than the outward appearance. But if you know that your heart isn't in the wrong place to get that tattoo, I don't feel like anything is wrong with that. All matters is, where's your heart at? Like, are you getting it so you can get attention from other people, like bad attention? Are you getting it because you like pain? Like, that's that you need to ask yourself those questions.
That's concerning
when you want to get a tattoo.
So another point that I wanted to bring up was another part of my mom's like reaction, kind of like when people ask her, because people do ask her about my tattoos or whatever. And my mom actually kind of surprised me and said that in the Bible, like, Jesus, when he picked his disciples, none of them were perfect. And actually nobody in the Bible was perfect. They were all pretty, you know, broken. So Jesus not gonna love me any less because I have tattoos, you know. That was pretty much her point. And then another funny thing was that actually me and her had the same views without us knowing it until we had a conversation with someone. So I believe that, you know, in the Old Testament, you know, there were a lot of ritualistic things going on before Jesus came. And that's why, like, you know, people had to do things a certain way. And it's all in context. And that's the same thing my mom said. Like, after Jesus came, like, it doesn't really... Jesus come today and I have a tattoo, I'm not going to go to hell. So we pretty much had the same views on that. With that being said, I wanted to bring up the Bible verse.
All right, so it says, do not eat meat that has not been drained of its blood. Do not practice fortune telling or witchcraft. Do not trim off the hair on your temples or trim your beards. Do not cut your bodies for the dead, and do not mark your skin with tattoos. I am the Lord.
So, depending on what version you read, you may see tattoo, you may see marks. But one thing that I actually learned from another YouTuber is that in this Leviticus chapter, there's a lot of commands here, but no one follows any of them. But when it comes to the tattoos, you know, people are kind of like, oh no, but that's not Christian, or that's not, you know, Christ-like or whatever. But with what she just said, like, you're not supposed to shave the sides of your beard or your head. You know, you're not supposed to observe, like, you're not supposed to work on the Sabbath day, basically. Like, you're not supposed to eat meat. So how come nobody else, like, addresses this stuff? But in 2017, we practice all of these things. And that's because, like, when Jesus came, like, we don't really need to, we just need to follow him. We don't need to do all of these things to, like, follow him. So that's just pretty much another point that I wanted to bring up. Is there anything else that you wanted to add?
Yeah, just basically what you were saying, just to remember the context of things. From my memory, the reason why people were doing that is to, like, honor the dead. They were cutting their bodies in order to honor the dead. As a sacrifice to the dead. So that was the context of it back then. So yeah, like, if you want to refer to the verses, then let's not eat meat, you know. Let's not, what does it say about here?
Shave the sides of your head.
Yeah, so
don't do a mohawk.
So that's what I'm saying. So let's not pick certain verses in order to defend things. Let's actually choose all of it. But if we want to actually look at it in the context, we'll understand that was the context of things. So yeah, that's all I wanted to add for that.
Oh, and Galatians, I'm gonna put it up on the screen, where it talks about your body is a temple. That's referring to sexual immorality if you read the rest of the verses. So that's just another thing that, you know, people bring up, and I'm just like, you know, we have to read, just like what Kim said, like, read everything and assess it for that and know why God was giving those commandments.
But yeah, I just wanted to add this. We're making this video. It's kind of like what she said in the beginning, like, because when I had my tattoo, when I got my tattoo, I'm saved and I'm a Christian. A lot of people don't talk about it, but don't feel nervous to like ask us questions about it or like ask us, more questions about it if you have questions after it. I just want to always let you remember that, because when I got my tattoo, I kind of felt ashamed of things like that, whatever. Or even if you got a tattoo before you gave your life to Christ, don't feel ashamed. This is you. This is your body now. It's there now. You can't. It's a long process to take it off. But if you have tattoos, and if they mean a lot to you, just like how Chelsea's tattoos, they mean a lot to you, just always remember you can use it to, minister the gospel to people. Like, just always remember there's...
As far as glorification.
Yeah, there's, it's on your body to tattoo. I understand it's permanent, but, still he works everything together for his good. So I just wanted to add that. So please don't feel afraid to reach out or anything. And we really want it to be open. This is actually
an open forum.
Yeah.
Questions. I'm curious. I like talking about this type of stuff.
I actually was shying away from talking about this. But yeah, I'm opening myself up because I know there's people out there that I'm not the only one that's felt how I felt before. So definitely ask questions if you have any. So yeah.
All right. I hope that you guys enjoyed this, little segment. Hope that you got something out of it. Let us know what you think. Do you have any tattoos? Like, what were your reactions? What were your parents' reactions? What did the church say? I would like to know. We would like to know. Don't forget to, like, comment, share this joint, because it's juicy. Share the video.
Girl.
And follow KP Sparks. Yeah. See what she's doing on her channel, the great things that's happening, and become another subscriber. Bye.
Thanks for watching, y'all. Bye.